Magandang hapon, araw gabi, kung saan ka man sa mundo. I'm Didi Palaruan, aka Hydra, all the way from Baguio City. I am representing Alab Dance Company, Battle Crew, Pitik Pinas, and Shady Can. I'm here with you today to share some freestyling tips under Women Beyond Dance's Dancer Hack Saturdays. My main styles are hip-hop and popping. Before we begin, I just wanted to say that whatever I share in this video is what worked for me. It may work for you, it may not work for you, or you may have heard it, but if that's the case, I hope I can offer a new perspective on these things. Okay? Today, I will be sharing 4 main freestyling tips. Let's start with number 1, stretch. Stretch before you dance. I know this is something that a lot of dancers do, we have heard of, but I'm surprised because I've actually met a lot of dancers that don't stretch for events, battles, as such. No hate, of course, that's their preference, but other than it's to avoid injury and it's a way of taking care of your body. It actually helps in activating areas that you don't really use when you freestyle or you dance. And in my case, it helps my range of motion. Para sa mga kapwa kong maliit, I'm actually very short. I'm 4'10". I get mistaken a lot for being tall. Videos, pictures, and people get surprised when they meet me. Oh, yan, late mo pala. Scam po. But yeah, stretching really helped me develop having these bigger movements. And before, I had a case of T-Rex arms. You know, yung parang yung ganito lang yung arms. Hindi siya na pupunta sa full yung kaya niyang abutin. And because of stretching, natanggal yun. Also, another tip when you do the stretching part, one of my mentors told me, maybe you can try it out, of course. If you plan on doing heavy movements, don't overstretch as much. And if you plan on doing small movements, that's when you really have to stretch it out. So yeah, something you can try, or I encourage you to do. Stretch before you dance. Let's move on to number 2, which is movement foundations and directions. To introduce movement foundations, for those who don't know, is simply how you move 6 parts of your body. So that's your head, shoulders extended to the arms, your chest, hips, knees, and your feet. Okay? 6 yun. Ngayon, I'm going to be giving direction part, or let's say patterns that you can follow. A lot of people are familiar with patterns, and in this tip, you can start with the basics, which is the cross. So it's forward, back, right, left, or you could say up, down. And the X mark, okay? So the points of an X. X. Okay, so let's try it out with our head. Simple, an up and down movement. And you can go for forward, back, side to side. This helps a lot in isolations and also your range of movement. So if you're going for isolations or cleaner movement, this is something that you can do from time to time. Okay? Again, you can apply it to different parts of your body. Next, number 3, which is to groove. Groove, or maybe some associate it as a bounce, sa hip-hop din, considered as the heartbeat of your dance. Siya yung nagbibigay ng buhay, ng sarap. Mga ganun bagay sa freestyle mo. Beginners, there are times na you're overthinking. I've experienced that a lot of times, even with dancing. Even for yung mga matagal nang sumasayaw. May times na nag-overtake yung isip natin. And it helps to actually just start to dance with a simple groove. It sets the tone of your freestyle. Points for musicality din because it's really big help. And then from starting simply with that groove, That's where you can build up your freestyle and explore the other parts or layers of music. Yan. Let's connect it with number 2. Tip number 2 with the movement foundations. Isipin natin na bala siya, yung movement foundations. Lalo na may direction eh. And then when you add some groove into it, that's when you can really see kung paano siya sinasayaw.
About Learjets and coops, the way some shoots and how to sell records like Snoop. I'm interrupted by a doorbell, 3:52. Who the hell is this? I hits up quick, cocks my shit, stop the dogs from barking, then proceed to walking. It's a face that I seen before. My nigga Sing used to sling on the 16th floor. Check it, I look deeper.
To be awkward. Bakit be awkward? Parang ang weird nun. Everyone at first, sa lahat ng galaw, whatever style you are dancing, or in freestyle or in battle, we all feel awkward. We all feel so uncomfortable. Just go memories from my first battle. But it's a process that repeats itself. From being uncomfortable, you become comfortable. And in the long run, it keeps on happening because that's where you push yourself. Another thing is that in being awkward, people usually think that you always have to look a certain way in dance or to look good, not in attire, I mean in your movement. Of course, we understand that, but not everyone has that. Dun sa pagiging awkward mo, dun mo mahahanap yung look good mo. If you get what I mean, your original style, yung ikaw. Lots of times, we all get hyped up by the certain type of movement, which is okay, kasi nga it looks good. But, you know, you have your own movement, explore that, go with it. From there, I'll be adding a tip or a saying na I've heard somewhere or read, I just don't remember where, but ever since it really stuck to me and helped me tons in different areas of my life and mas lalo na sa sayaw. And that is practice makes progress. Usually you hear practice makes perfect, but you know, perfect, illusion lang yun. Your progress isn't always moving forward. It can also look like taking steps back. You know, the 1 step forward, 2 steps back thing. And that's okay. It's really okay. Kasi every step, you learn. And that is where you see your growth. In this time of the pandemic, I know it's very difficult. Mas lalo na sa mga nagsisimula pa lang. You want that authentic feeling of battling live. Pero sa ngayon, whenever there are online battles, think of it as your training ground for when you go face to face, when all is safer and yun nga, get to meet each other and the people. If you have any questions or if you want to connect with me on Instagram, my IG handle is munchki.hydra, or on my Facebook page, which is Deirdre Palaruan. Thank you so much, Women Beyond Dance. It has been a pleasure and a blessing to share with these beautiful people. Don't forget to take a step back, to breathe, and to enjoy. I mean, you aren't doing this because you don't enjoy it. And remember why you started.